SCP-1547. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. MTF Sigma-08, aka No Sleep Till Containment, is to locate the area in which SCP-1547-A is currently manifesting and inform the SCP-1547-1 instance about the anomaly. This includes full disclosure, the equivalent of Level 1/1547, clearance for the documentation of SCP-1547. In orders not to comply with SCP-1547-A's requests, members of this team are to constantly monitor the subject location and actions at all times to ensure that no important information is divulged. If the subject fails to comply with Foundation agents, personnel are allowed to forcibly subdue and restrain the person for as long as possible. Site-1547 has been constructed around SCP-1547-B and is composed of three main sections: the main site, the intermediate chamber, and the inner chamber. SCP-1547-B is housed within the circular inner chamber, which measures 50 meters in diameter. An intermediate chamber, which is 10 meters from all external sides of the inner chamber walls, separates the main site from the entity's location. The number of personnel working within the inner and intermediate chambers is to be kept to a minimum at all times except during times when the location of SCP-1547-A is uncertain, or when SCP-1547-A is currently manifesting. At these times, no personnel are allowed in either chamber. Description: SCP-1547-A is a vaguely humanoid entity of variable appearances. Generally, it is dressed in a rough black hooded costume that covers all of its body. However, during appearances in which 1547-A's clothing does not cover its face, personnel have described it as being featureless. It can be damaged but does not bleed or react to pain. Additionally, it does not appear to recover from injuries without the aid of SCP-1547-B. SCP-1547-A will manifest in a random person's bedroom every night at 0000 hour local time from here on. This person being targeted by SCP-1547-A is referred to as SCP-1547-1. The entity will attempt to persuade the subject to complete a ritual. If he or she does not agree to this, the entity will demanifest at 0400 hours local time until SCP-1547-1 complies with SCP-1547-A's request. The entity is injured to the point of almost being unable to function, or the subject dies. SCP-1547-A will reappear in the person's bedroom every night. If SCP-1547-1 agrees to participate in the ritual, SCP-1547-A will produce a set of written instructions detailing a certain procedure. After this point, SCP-1547-A does not speak and will not demanifest until the event has been completely successful. These rituals typically involve using innocuous, non-anomalous materials in a manner that creates anomalous events which will either cause the death or transfiguration of SCP-1547-1. See Ritual Log 1547 for a list of rituals discovered by the Foundation. Ritual Log 1547. Ritual 1547-01. SCP-1547-1 was instructed to dig a 1-meter deep hole in the shape of a triangle, fill it with 20 liters of salt water and stand in it, then inhale deeply. After this point, the subject became completely immobile and unresponsive, and the hole they had dug became impenetrable to human entry. SCP-1547-A approached the area, methodically removed SCP-1547-1's skin, then demanifested. The area ceased displaying anomalous properties and the subject resumed motion. Despite the loss of its skin, no bleeding was observed. Additionally, SCP-1547-1 displayed hostile actions towards humans and began attacking Foundation personnel. While exhibiting unusual strength, managing to kill 5 agents before being subdued. The subject has since been contained and is designated as SCP-redacted. Ritual 1547-16. SCP-1547-1 was instructed to gather 17 assorted reference books and place them in its fireplace. After this, the materials were doused in oil and set on fire. SCP-1547-A then proceeded to push the subject into the fire. As this happened, an anomalous area of effect that ranged from 50 meters in all directions away from the fireplace, later designated SCP-redacted, manifested. Upon entering this area, all sapient entities became permanently unable to utilize abstract thought and higher thinking. See the documentation of SCP-redacted for more details. Ritual 1547-63. SCP-1547-1 was instructed to gather 4 computers of any type, place them in a square in the middle of the town, and data expunged, causing the loss of internet connectivity for the town of Redacted, Florida. When SCP-1547-A becomes damaged extensively or successfully completes a ritual, it will manifest within Site-1547's intermediate chamber and approach SCP-1547-B. If SCP-1547-A observes any humans within Site-1547 at this time, it would become hostile in a manner not seen in any other situation. The entry will actively search for and kill all humans within the site and will only cease behavior and resume its approach towards SCP-1547-B when all humans within the site are dead. If the entity does not observe any humans at this time, this will not occur, even if personnel are present within other parts of Site-1547. Upon reaching SCP-1547-B, SCP-1547-A will walk into the entity's form from the northeastern side, levitate to approximately 3 seconds, then demanifest. After this point, any injuries previously observed on SCP-1547-A will have been healed. SCP-1547-B refers to a mostly incorporeal, transparent, and immobile entity located in a former redacted temple at 9 redacted degrees south and 0 redacted degrees west in Antarctica. This area has since been converted into Site-1547. At the time of writing, SCP-1547-B measures approximately 30 meters in all directions, appears to possess 78 limbs of canine, feline, ranine, cetacean, piscine, and insectoid origin. These limbs are roughly proportional to the size of SCP-1547-B. The entity will randomly emit loud vocalizations in a currently unknown language which often sound muffled or distorted. Over the past 52 years that SCP-1547-B has been in the Foundation containment, an entity's vocalizations and appearance have become noticeably more defined. Any human that touch SCP-1547-B directly will immediately cease to exist. Whenever a living organism comes within 5 meters of SCP-1547-B, they will experience a message apparently via telepathy from the entity. Subjects will perceive this message to be spoken in their native language by a calming female voice. See Information Log 1547-Tau for a transcription of this message. Information Log 1547-Tau. At the beginning of this planet, it was pure. It was peaceful, calm, perfect. Certainly there was death, but it was natural. There was no violence or malice involved in it. The cycle of life was inherently understood by all living creatures and questioned by none. If beasts killed, they did it for food or balance, never for sport or pleasure. During these times, Earth was ruled by a blessed queen, Sheol. She was a benevolent mother who viewed all things of the land, sea, and sky as her precious children. Sheol was sworn to protect their lives and their peace. One day, a malicious trickster named Therine approached the kingdom with the intent of conquest. He thought he brought the downhill of land with him to aid in his battle. Intelligence, morality, pleasure, knowledge, and information soon permeated throughout the land, bringing beings known as humans to fruition, as well as installing sapience within them. Bravely, Sheol fought against these advancements, but was defeated quickly. New beasts, filthy in mind, soul, and body, swarmed over her fallen corpse, and defiled her memory and her land until it was unrecognizable. Therine, triumphant in his dastardly scheme, gathered the spoils of the land, and then soon after to collect the spoils of a different world. The Conqueror's minions, however, did not leave with him. They stayed, abandoned by their creator, on Earth. Over time, they spread and multiplied to fill the land. There was not a mile remaining on the planet that was not spoiled by their touch. Though they were bound to the land, they artificially wrongly extended their toxic touch to the seas and skies. Their wisdom bred conflict and violence, which in turn led to ruination of the noble animals when the humans started hunting them for sport, pitting them against each other for their entertainment. Their conquest for unlimited godlike power never ceased and led to the literal infection of water and air by pollution and disease. Humans had defiled Sheol's world. Sheol was powerful enough that she could not be permanently destroyed, just incapacitated for lengths of time. She gained enough strength to once again see and rule over the sea directly around her. What she saw disgusted her perfect soul. Her land, her animals, her world, everything on it was filthy because of Therine's beast. She could do nothing but cry out in anguish for many years, for the sight was so hideous, so incorrect. When at last she was calm enough to think coherently, she discovered something even more distressing. Her power had been sapped because of this uncleanliness, and she was unable to aid any of her subjects. A rage grew in the Blessed Queen. It bred more and more, drawing her closer to death, until there was just enough to do one thing. Sheol called upon her son Zaphon. Instantly he came, hailing his mother. He saw what had happened and knew what he had to do, and all he set out to do. So he set out to restore his mother and slowly take apart the human threat against her domain. Now we are here. Slowly but surely, Sheol is returning. Each step taken by her son brings the world one closer to the reunion. Peace will once again reign. 67.